enough rambling, because I'm only getting through one chapter today, so let's get to it. I hit start and not continue. Forgive me. Hold on. Hold on. Exit. Back to the menu. Thank God there was a button for that. Jeez, I am so out of it. I am so... That was my first time making that mistake, I'm pretty sure. Alright. And I know the tips at the end. Nothing super important going on. Just cutesy shit. Anyway, continuing. I can turn off the DVD bounce now. Goddamn. Got it. Thanks, Joey. I just looked up and saw it. Was like, wait a minute. Okay, we're good. Yep. No need to worry about BRB anymore. I'm back. I'll blame the cat. I'll just blame the cat. Wherever she went. I swear I saw her a moment ago. Anyway. So, getting into it hold on. Let me hydrate one more time. Hydration check, everybody. Okay. Also, save your work. Oh, really? Your parents came home, huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. Jesus, they must have been pulling all-nighters. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Been there, done that, never recommend it. Don't do it. Do not stay up 2 whole nights in a row. I swear to God, it is bad. Cat is planning shenanigans as they do. Yes. Yes, she is. I just heard her bell collar jingle. She is on the move somewhere. Yeah, do not do that. Not 2 whole nights, no. Been there and done that for college finals. Don't do it. I think I slept for like 3 days after that. Anyway, adults have it tough. Yeah, no shit, buddy. Enjoy your youth. Your dad is an artist, right? Exactly! They really do have it rough. Someone who understands! Rena, you are quickly becoming best girl. Come to think of it, he wasn't he? I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime. An artist, huh? Are you about to... Keiji, are you about to say something judgmental? The longest I've stayed up was 3 days. I am so sorry. That is painful. Actually, let me do math in my head. And by in my head, I mean on the calculator app. No, I was incorrect. 2 days was my last final. I think I actually stayed up 3 days in a row because I was like, wait, was it... The number 72 was sticking out in my head. Did I stay up 72 hours? Probably not exactly 72. I think it was 3 days and 2 nights. And then as soon as my finals were turned in and done, I just passed out for days. Hold on. So if I subtract 12 from that just for good measure. Yeah, somewhere between 60 and 72 hours, I think. Regardless, don't recommend it. I'm sorry you understand the pain, Joey. Anyway, Keiichi, you better not say anything judgmental about artists. You do not want to do that to me. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job, too. It was probably like 70 hours and not 72 exactly. Yeah. When I played WoW 40 hours... About 48 hours are often on the table. Damn. That gamer life. Let's see. But he had to have been doing some other job, too. Just what did Dad do, exactly? He didn't let anyone into his workshop, after all. What if his dad's actually a serial killer? And it's a more compelling story than whatever the fuck Urban Spook is doing. I wanted a sneak peek one day. For the record, I don't think the painter is that interesting concept, but it falls so flat, in my opinion. There's only like one decent moment in the whole fucking horror story. In my opinion. But also Urban Spook as a person seems like an absolute shit stain. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. Yeah, I'd love to see your dad's works. Anyway, so the house was empty for 2 days after all that? Yeah, that didn't leave much time. So, I've had a decent number of times where I stayed up 2 days. Longest in recent years has been like 32 hours, and that was rough. Yeah. I can't even do that anymore. Well, actually, no, I might be able to, but it would definitely be rough. I'd have to see when... Eventually, I'm probably gonna have to do a sleep schedule reset day. Because I cannot adjust mine no matter how hard I try. But anyway. So... Kei-chan, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? The absence of parents is a must-have for eroge protagonists. God damn it, girl. He built a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags. I am concerned about why you know what that is, Rika. I have no idea what any of you are talking about. I am more concerned that Rika knows more about what Mion is talking about than you do. That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi-kun. What did you make last night? In the end, I didn't make a single thing myself. Last night's dinner, well, it was vegetable stir-fry. Oh god, I'm about to start getting hungry for Asian food again, aren't I? Just any denomination of Asian. Korean, Chinese, Japanese, I don't care. I'm going to eat some sort of Asian food. Wow. Kei-chan, you can make a little bit of real cooking now? Huh? Star, you made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good? Did it? Renaissance, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me? I'm eating gimbap. What is gimbap? I'm still learning my way around Korean foods. Oh, I love the Korean hot pot place near me, though. Let's see. I also had to rush a bunch of games to finish the Duel Pass and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, in addition to being forced to stay up for other reasons, so I was just mentally obliterated by the end, I get. Korean nori. Ooh. No, I think I ate my last pack of nori the other day. Damn it. Because I was like, ooh, I could go for some nori. No, I can't. I don't have any. Damn. Oh well. Why are you clinging to me? A delicious meal and a friendly dishwashing together. Oh, how nice, how nice. Hey, I said you're being unpleasant. Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. Right. Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Do you? Don't believe I've ever had nori on its own. Yeah, I only tried it recently because my 7-Eleven near me had some, and I was like, oh, sure. Why not? Why not try it? In my opinion, it's not bad, but I know some people who can't stand nori, so it really do just kind of depend. Anyway. Is it club time? Today was Saturday. A beautiful day on which we're liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. And also slightly different Saturdays from those in America. Anyway, there were a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. That's a throwback. Zombie hide and seek from chapter 1. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was. You have work? That's unlucky. I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job? Or being a model for his father's art? Why do you look concerned about that? A model? Get your head out of the gutter, girl. A nude one? I'm not gonna howl that. Listen. I understand that some people think, as someone who has done, a class where we do have nude models and all that, I am not gonna bark. These are minors. But, unless you're telling her not to bark, in which case, I don't think she do. She doesn't seem like the type to be. Anyway. I've done it. Okay, you're telling her? Good. I think she's more, I think, would she bark? I don't think she's a barker. Anyway, as someone who's done, like, the nude model art classes, for me, it was a little intimidating at first, because I'm hella shy. But, as soon as you have a timer on that shit, it's like, oh, shit, hold on, how do I draw this? Okay, it's like, by the end of it, it's like, yeah, I don't care that you're nude, I just want to draw within my timeline, or time frame, anyway. Like, everyone makes a big deal out of it, and then by the end of class, we're like, oh yeah, it's just a thing. It's no big deal. It's the human body. What are you gonna do? Anyway, get your mind out of the gutter, honey. I looked into Rena's eyes, her little linear anime eyes, and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with the single rosettes in my mouth. Listen, I'm concerned about Rena having this thought. I am also concerned about Rena wondering if his father would draw him like that. What the fuck? Rena, stop. You must stop. Cease. No, I wouldn't do that for a million yen. You sure? Okay, hold on. A million, though? To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side. What, trying to shake the thought out? Oh, stop! No. Sorry. Leaving your fanciful delusions aside, Iso Delulu, I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though. Work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch? I'm getting the ham already. This is truly sad, but you're right. What? Everyone shouts wildly, surprised. Dude, we had a slow fade to white and then a fade to black. Is this how we're signaling flashbacks? That was the weirdest flashback transition I think I've seen in this novel so far. I mean, interesting, but anyway, it was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. You and me both, honey. In that situation, I would probably just conk out dead for like 3 days. Adults have it pretty rough. Enjoy your youth. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It would be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch. Well, what an intelligent child. This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is Honda-san. He's a publisher. And this person here is Inoue-san, who works as a printer. I'd probably have a searing migraine most of the day. Honestly, yeah, same. Say your hellos. Hello, my name is Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father. Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does? I would very much like to see them. And my dad had such a brazen occupation, that of an artist. Although, I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care and don't want to see anyway. I feel insulted for your dad. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I think that's not tight-fisted. I think that's more artists being self-conscious about themselves, because Lord knows I feel awkward when someone, like, tries to watch me draw from over my shoulder. Anyway, I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything. Again, we go to the nudity. Anyway, if you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him, too. Excuse me, this is just between you and me, but my dad, is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders. Yes, he is truly a fantastic artist. Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. I need an adult. Honestly, yeah. I would like an adult too. I feel very uncomfortable. Anyway, there are no purchase restrictions. He does fan service, and he always answers the letters he gets. Could there be another use for the word fan service besides the one I've come to know as a longtime anime fan? He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. True. Taking off your socks? Absolutely not. What? And that goes for glasses and school uniforms too. What? My Bara-sensei understands these things perfectly. Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup. I'm sorry, but his pictures, they're not ones you hang on the wall? Not at all. In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands. And then to their corners, and finally climbing up to the corners of the larger paths. The final destination is the famous wall. Yeah. His dad is just this etch. Yeah, in the main. Yeah, he was really into the mates, wasn't he? I guess. I'm really hoping this isn't saying. Anyway, you too. Please become a great artist who can display his works in unison with my Bara-sensei. I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it. But it seems that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Go child drop porn! Oh dear. And then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room. Keiichi, it's the phone. It's a friend of yours? A lucky break! Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. Hello? It's me. Hello, me? That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san. I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly. I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking. Oh, it's Satoko. It's unusual for you to call my house. This isn't the time for pleasantries. Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come? Sorry, it looks like this is going a bit long. Okay, so it was a flash forward. Anyway, I mean, that was well established a while ago. I just now verbally acknowledged it. Anyway, I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things with the club now, but... That's not it, Keiichi-san. It wasn't about the club today. Granted, I just remembered. They said Saturday. The festival is on Sunday. Are we already getting to the festival? Jeez. Anyway, it's a real battle. Satoko's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation? I will explain the particulars when we meet. Anyway, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're going to lose. What on earth was going on? Could have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Go look at chapter 2. Go read what happens in chapter 2, just to know for sure. Right. Got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you at? We're on the Okinomiya Elementary School campus. There are signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out. This is Keiichi you're talking to, honey. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry. The school campus. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could it have turned into an all-out brawl? Who was the enemy here, anyway? Oh, I'm on fire! Got it! I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat, like from chapter 1 or something? You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic! We will wait for you here. The call cut off abruptly. I needed to hurry. Mom, where's my bat? I need to go beat people to death with it. He's like my cat. He couldn't find his way out of a walk-in closet, right? Oh, Keiichi, I was looking for you. Deguchi-san here was hoping that for his next doujinshi... Okay, did we officially confirm that his dad does doujin work? That's interesting, but also pretty cool. Anyway, now's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat? If not, then anything long will do. If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room. It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat, and maybe easier for me to use. Thanks. I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent. Sorry. Well, Keiichi? Wait a minute. I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. I'm curious as to what kind of doujins his dad draws now. Anyway. I didn't actually know where Okinomiya Elementary was exactly. But Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. Excuse me. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least, I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me. It's Rika! Hello there. Hey! Rika-chan! Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal. Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry. Sorry. Where's Okinomiya Elementary?
I'll show you the way. Come along with me.
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her. Satoko suddenly called me out here, but what on earth is going on anyway? I love how they're being vague and it's... I think I know where this is going. It's totally not gonna be a brawl, but I love that it's like nobody's clearly explaining it. Anyway.
At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper. It's bad manners.
A helper? Cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they'd lose.
They're taking everyone out one by one. We can't put a dent in them.
Gulp. Sounds like they were pretty strong. Anyway, I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please, hurry.
Leave it to me.
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seems that all of the club members, besides me, were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. Sorry, I keep yawning. Fuck! Come on, make it through the chapter, me. Whew! The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them. The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? Just what kind of monster is this guy?
He's amazing. This enemy is orthodox.
Orthodox? So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something. Is that what she meant?
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now.
Okinomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Oh, Mion! Rena! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once! Start swinging around a golf club. There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. I swung it. I missed. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Yep. Come with me, Rika-chan. I will show you what the mighty, manly warrior Keiichi Maibara can really do.
Wow. Keiichi, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with a golf club.
Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Maibara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
But, Keiichi? Why did you bring a golf club today?
I had no choice. At first I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we don't have one at my house. A golf club was far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
How very excellent. I will give you a pat on the head, you sad son of a bitch. I can't wait to see your golf club rampage.
Wakes up from 5-turn sleep powder. Hello, Ganba. I hope you had a good 5-turn sleep powder. Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head. Hey, this is no time for jokes. Uh-huh. Just then, an extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. Left! Ah, we missed! Run! You can get to second base, go! Yeah, like, dude, I connected the dots as soon as I saw where we were. I may not be a sports person, but I know what a baseball field looks like. Center! Calm down! Send it to third! The center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he hadn't pitched it wildly, it might get there. He gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench were... They were solid. Wait, what?
Oh, Keiichi-kun's here. Satoko-chan, Keiichi-kun's here. You're late. Moving around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop.
That's cute pun. Okay. Hello, new character? What? This Maibara-kun kid. Will he really be able to save us? Who the fuck are you? We're up against that elite school's ace, left arm Kameda-kun. To be able to beat a Koshien class pitcher, he must be a god. Man showed up with a golf club. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables. He's a really dependable person. Keiichi, are you any good at sports ball?
Murmur. What? He's the pinch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had one no-hit, no-run game after another during the regional qualifiers? The undefeated demon pitcher of Ooshima? The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts? He's going to win against him?
Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory.
There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea.
He must have gone under the radar.
Hey, that scout stood up. Hey, take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Maibara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Oh, no. And meanwhile, he's standing there with a fucking golf club. Oh, no. Which one is Keiichi Maibara? Pictures! A whole lot of sports journalists, led by Satoko, gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Maibara. Keiichi is going to swing and somehow hit himself in the crowd. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's gonna fuck up so bad. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
Keiichi-san, over here.
The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pinch hitter, Keiichi Maibara, was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this. And at this point, neither did I. Yeah, I was gonna say, waiting for the cicadas. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena.
Keiichi-kun?
Yeah?
May we ask you a question?
Please. Please don't. Such a mood. Can we ask you a question? Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along with my sweat. I somehow seemed to reach it somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted, as Moses once parted the sea. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly. If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start!
What? Did I not say that?
You did not.
I mean, I told you to come to the campus with a baseball bat. What else could you have thought it was?
That's not exactly what happened.
And what manner of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead? I think Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us pumped. I think.
Yeah, this one actually isn't on Keiichi this time, literally. It's like, should I bring something? Should I bring a metal baseball bat? Oh, you have one? That'd be perfect. Does not elaborate. Doesn't even say what it was for. So no, yeah, yeah. For once, not on Keiichi. Yep, lighten the minimum. Get us pumped, I think.
I know I'm reaching really hard with this one.
Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
Keiichi loves golf. Pet.
Rika-chan started petting my head, a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten. Rika-chan, why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace. Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. She's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming. Anyway, this is your punishment. Rena. Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Rena. That's right. The kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge.
I'll take her! Rena will take her! Oh, so cute!
Hop. Spinny. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. I'm right there with you, Satoko.
Rika-chan's so cute! Rika-chan's so cute! Oh.
Mimi, you're not helping your situation right now, Rika. Rena held her tight as a vice and began to get her fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks roped together tightly. Rika-chan's face, it looks like it was being crushed by Rena's.
I do not know what has happened, but it looks like Rika has gotten her just desserts.
Yeah. I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute.
I got Keiichi-kun's permission! I'm gonna take you home! Meep!
More meeping. More meeps. You're really just digging your own grave here, Rika. For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout. That exact look on seeing your friend doing something ridiculous is very relatable, absolutely. By the way, Satoko, that urgent call was for a baseball game?
Yes, that's correct. You said you had a house party with your family? I suppose I was wrong to ask, but at times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family.
I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here. All that talk of doujinshi, I was possibly in danger. So, what's the crisis situation like? 6-7, which means our team is losing, huh? 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th? I don't know sports. Translation, please, Keiichi. What the heck? This game is almost about to end. That's all I need to know.
We would have had...
It's do or die. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me reread that. Hold on. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Okay, 2 outs and like 3. That would end it. If he screws up, they instantly lose. Got it. Nexus is exposed. Yeah, it's like bottom of the ninth is what threw me off. But anyway, I get it now.
We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner.
9 innings in a baseball game.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out for this long?
Alright, I'm sorry. And 3 outs in an inning. Ends an inning. Yep, I remember the 3 outs rule at the very least. 3 strikes is an out, and then 3 outs, yeah, I get that. I at least, I think I remember that much, only because I've been reminded. But yeah, the inning, yeah, I'm not a sports person. Bottom is where home does. Top is where visitors bat. Bottom is where home does. I'm not... if I remember it. I have no idea. I saw top and bottom and was like, I could probably make a joke out of this, but I won't. Okay, so, what am I doing? Am I gonna be the pinch hitter? Just leave it to me. I may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages a lot before I moved here. My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often. I'm pretty confident about just hitting the bat with the ball, but I just vaguely remember the rules. Fair enough. A tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball. Hey now, wait a second. What's up with that crazy fastball anyway? Surprised? Yeah, that's a bona fide Koshien level pitcher. Don't you know about Left Arm Kameda-kun, the high school ace famous in sports magazines? Sorry, can't say I do. Wait, Mion? What happened to you? Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Her little cut-in doesn't show that, but imagine that. Just imagine it. Imagine she looks bad. Just what on earth happened?
Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning. Will you all give us enough time to explain everything from the beginning? Like, y'all don't have anywhere to be, right? Okay. Oh, done with Rika-chan? Yep. I had a lot of fun and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. Oh, I could just eat her cheeks 3 meals a day.
Okay, calm down.
I can't get me.
I don't know how to feel about that line. I wonder how Rika-chan... I'm not gonna read that line. I almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to that logic. Child, are you okay? I don't think she is. I am very concerned for her. Do I need to call somebody? Anyway. I was an adult. No, you weren't. You're a teenager. Okay, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough that a Koshien relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances. Then Rena spoke for all of them.
At first, well, it was just a normal baseball game.
Uh-huh.
It's nothing much, just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa Fighters and the Okinomiya Titans. We were just having a grand old time. Really, nothing much. But then everything changed when the Fire Nation... I'm sorry. Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. A match to settle the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. We say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly.
So why is our whole club a part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't. Granted, your cut-ins aren't showing that either, but okay. Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team.
That is... well, it was pretty irresponsible.
They happened to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether a boy or girl or non-binary, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. And our community. It's just how it is with Hinamizawa. Y'all need help? We got you. To be fair, they had basically zero budget when they made the original. Fair enough. Very fair enough. The old models, the old cut-ins definitely had like that made by one person vibe to them, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. It's got like it's got like a beginner charm to it that I can't help but kind of find nostalgic. Anyway, that jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. But Rika-chan told me we were crushing them at the beginning.
Mi is an amazing batter. She was hitting home runs left and right.
Mion proudly stuck out her chest. And then began to hack up along because, oh my god, because she's covered in bandages, aka injured to high health. Yep, I knew it. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groans pathetically.
Yes. Every time Mion-san went up to bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in. Unlike Satoko, she can actually hit the ball. Unlike you, it specifically. Rika! Meep.
Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So, you were having a pretty easy time until that Koshian pitcher showed up. Like his name was the Fire Nation. That's right. It was all us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases.
And Kameda-kun just happened to show up to watch the game today.
Apparently, Kameda attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshian. Rika going for a critical hit, as per usual. In her adorable way. Like a cat bapping you in, like, your most sensitive wound. Just a little boop. And you fall over in pain. And this man is known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalists' armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
I heard that when Kameda was little, he was on the Okinomiya Titans.
You figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as relief pitcher and took the mound. That almost feels a little unfair, don't it? I understand wanting to, like, support your home team and your origins and all that, but it's like, but you're practically professional level up against a bunch of casuals. Like, bruh? Now it's just terrible. We can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base.
But still, a Koshian pitcher barging in? It's unfair! We're just playing for fun!
All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa Fighters uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa after all. Did you forget that, bro? Really? Oh, I was literally just thinking... You're gonna have You're gonna put Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun up against this monster of a baseballer? You were on the baseball team too? Ibara-san. His uniform was brand new and not very dirty. Fresh off the presses. I could see hands-made banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see. Their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad.
And you have, like, a god-tier level... This truly is unfair. The brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
He practiced swinging a whole lot just for today. Much like you did in Chapter 1, even though that was an excuse. Tomita-san, well, he went too far, and he tore the skin off his hand, see? Ow. Unfortunately, his torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. The savior of the Okinomiya Titans. We could hear the sounds of this Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grasslot game grudge match, though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was, too. Exactly! This guy... Was he being serious against opponents like these? Yep. Rena thinks it's immature.
Rena's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mitt. I turned around, and this left-to-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly. Anyway, that's how it is. Now that it's come to this, we have no choice. We have to engage in real battle. Yeah, looks like we have to get serious.
Yep. And then we tried getting serious. We're not done yet. But then Michan went out with a bang.
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang. But how on earth did she end up getting injured like this? It would take a really long time to explain. The one thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard. I risked my life, but I couldn't even get 1 point.
Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad. I say with a big grin on my face.
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was. But it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. Still, though. We're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right?
Yep. Maybe Michan's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think.
We have no other recourse now, do we?
It means that we need to settle the score front and center in a manner befitting a baseball game.
That's right. We have to settle it like baseball. I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball? I don't know. If we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we?
It is our club's creed, after all. Star.
That's correct. We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Rena and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully, if not somewhat evilly. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it will be hard to cheat.
Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough. That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold. Ow!
I never did think Michan's ways were very ladylike, though.
I don't understand what that has to do with anything. Anyway, Satoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena. Then let's get down to business. Yeah, I'm gonna move past that potentially sexist remark and move on. Our team is down 1 run right now.
Plus, it's the bottom of the 9th, and we already have 2 outs.
And as I have just been told, that means it's like do or die, you're probably gonna get fucked. If this old man's plan had gone better, we'd have our bases loaded right about now.
There was no point in lamenting a failed plan. Our club never loses hearts and always goes on to the next one.
Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another. Satoko, you seem pretty cheerful. Which means you've got something up your sleeve, eh?
Keiichi-kun, who do you think she is? It's Satoko-chan, you know? Satoko Hojo-chan?
I was right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? That's what the tips have been reminding us. She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment. The very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko. I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins.
By the way, me bats next, then Satoko.
Mion is gonna bat while this injured? We were losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on a base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satoko?
See? You feel like we can win now, right?
I can't imagine what she's got to set up, but it's got to be some kind of trap for sure. If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. And the fact that you called me here... I see. I think I know where this is going. It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
I'm excited. I wonder what Satoko will do. I can't wait to see Satoko's walk-off home run either.
Kei-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail. Right. That much I know for sure. Fucks it up immediately. We fail. Game over. Just watch. Satoko and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time.
Then I'll explain your instructions, Keiji-san. Lend me your ear for a moment.
Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious. I wonder what Maibara-san and Hojo are talking about. I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
It'll be okay, everyone. Satoko-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this off for us.
But Ryugu-san, we're up against a Koshien pitcher. I don't know if Satoko's traps will be much good.
Now everyone, be silent and watch.
You're gonna get to see an interesting game. Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire. We've got a pinch hitter. I, Mion Sonozaki, am switching out with Keiichi Maibara. Are you sure he'll be alright? He did run in here with a golf club. The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter who had jumped in with a golf club. Are you sure he'll be alright, Joey? No. Just no.
Don't underestimate Keiichi-kun now.
Don't underestimate him. He is not remotely prepared. The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. In general, but especially for this. Okay, we're at the episode break real quick, so I will actually go ahead and quickly run an ad while letting everybody get a hydration break and a stretch break if you can't stretch. Otherwise, just let the tension out of your body. We're going to take just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. Now that I think about it, I think I briefly recall like some clips from like the I want to say '06 anime that had like baseball scenes. I vaguely remember it, but it's also getting mixed in with I can picture a gif of Haruhi Suzumiya like doing a arm wiggle move or something. Where in like a baseball uniform and with a bat, so I don't know. I could just be mixing up my classic anime bits right now. Anyway, back to it. Satoko's plan was definitely simple, but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to her calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Satoko was the last batter. It even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. She's that clever, huh? There had been a long time out since I got here. And during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kameto-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. So maybe she gave him a laxative somehow, calculated to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kameto-kun, there he was. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass lot game like this. How sad his ego must be to take over a game like this. Jesus, seriously, bro, what the fuck? And relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that's how he wanted to appear. However, his relaxed state itself was our chance. His relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I, too, casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kameto-kun was doing his business at the farthest one. I went to the one next to him, right? I was picturing that comic meme where it's like a long line of urinals and it's like one guy on the far end and then just some other guy purposely going to the one right next to him. And then also the version I've seen with the Warrior of Light and Xenos. Anyway. I went to the one next to him. Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kameda-kun seemed to notice me. I had stood right next to him, after all. What? Look who it is, the big pinch hitter. He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. Well, I mean, let's be real, it probably was a very humorous scene. Like, even outside of the fact that this is a baseball game, just someone running in somewhere swinging a club like, let me at him. Anyway, I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. And now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Sadoko planned. I'm the one who should be laughing. And I am. Internally.
I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it. He will be fine. When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much before breakfast.
I would make jokes, but I'm not going to. Anyway. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation.
Is my Bara-san really going to be able to beat that pitcher?
You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him? Someday he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. Is that foreshadowing or just being silly? I can never tell with this game. Novel. Anyway. Join Kei-chan, and you could easily rule the world. Zavaldo? Sorry, JoJo's reference. Our teammates exchanged glances. Did my Bara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kameda-kun to stare in bewilderment. And for a moment, he didn't know what to say. Sorry, I don't think I heard you right. I'm not gonna joke. I'm not gonna joke. I'm not gonna joke. This is a minor. I'm not gonna joke. Could you say that again? I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more. Clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Right to the point! No threats or beating around the bush or anything. Kameda's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I'd said, and I could clearly tell he was confused. What are you? Some kind of moron? Yes! Yes, I am! Let's be real, Keiichi is like one of the biggest morons I've ever encountered. Anyway. Joey's like, yes. Let you win? Are you insane? I've relayed our demands. What's your reply? Yes? Or no? It goes without saying. Like hell, I'll let you win. Is your brain broken? Yes. Kameda didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kameda-kun, what does victory mean for you? That's a dumb question. Priceless, absolute supremacy. That's cringe-ass. That is a cringe-ass answer. We're gonna beat your ass. Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly as he answered, as if to make fun of me. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that. Of course not. No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. After spinning around 3.5 times... I hope you at least finished your business. Pointed right at Kameda's face. Then don't you think you should ask? Something worth abandoning your precious victory for? What kind of compensation you could be given? What are you saying, stupid? There's nothing that could make me do that. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped! He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat and that you don't like sweets. But you lied about that, didn't you? What? For example, let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork loin? Korean barbecue? A pile of beef tongue? That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love, because we're going sexist right now to hit your fragile masculine ego. Pretty, cute, and sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kameda's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet. And we were well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Such a weird embarrassment to have, but anyway, Kameda-kun couldn't possibly have known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in... Hold on. Kameda-kun couldn't possibly have known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I'll have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on. No. I love the hearty, bone-in... No. What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of dessert topped with colorful creams. It almost makes you think of a... Listen, this guy's an asshole, so... who clearly has toxic masculinity tendencies. Like, no question in my mind. But... I feel kind of weird with the insults we're about to do. It almost makes you think of a girl, adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, ignorant of shame, cute desserts like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them. What the fuck? Are we torturing someone to break their minds and souls? I feel like I'm about to be. Shut up! Dude, there's nothing wrong with liking cute desserts, okay? Seriously. This is all just laden in like, fucking toxic basket. Anyway. That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You just dirty them, violate them, and chew them. All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them. Oh, we're getting deep here. Yeah? Please, no more. My secret pleasure has been found out. I can't go on living. I have to, no. You idiot, don't end your life so easily. Thank you. I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kameda-kun fell down like a girl. What the fuck? His eyes started watering, and he broke down. I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while eating desserts. Yeah, probably. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You are pretty fucked up. Nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman. Anyway, I was gonna say that, I mean, you can be a proper sportsman while also being a pervert, but anyway, that's right. You're a pervert. Yeah. This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clasped my hands down onto his shoulders. Do not cry, Kameda. What's wrong with a man being a pervert? It depends on the type of perversion, but okay. Huh? A man ought to be a... this is weird. Anyway, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest to yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about it. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kameda-kun couldn't hide his confusion. Yes, I've been deeply moved by what you've shown me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I thought this whole time, but I was mistaken. And you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can... Starting tomorrow, I will be able to enjoy my desserts in a completely different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Gulp. Kameda-kun's throat cried out. The simplicity of strawberry shortcake. Indeed, it's somehow old-fashioned, like the Orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s. Not those flirty maids with the short skirts we have now. An Orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries. But please, Master, I could not prepare any more than this, so please give them a taste. That kind of honesty is unbelievably great. I feel weird. Please give them a taste. It's such a turn-on. I feel weird. A turn-on. Because there are only strawberries. Because there are only strawberries, the soft accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, laces, and embroidery. And she takes it and splits it with her fork for her master, an elegant aristocrat. No. It would be wilder if she took it and... I'm not reading that. I need many adults. No more than... I don't feel comfortable.
I need an adult.
I can't hold it anymore. I'll go to Angel Mort on the way home and just gaze at that shortcake until I'm sated. The girl's dressed up beautifully just for me. I draw ever closer to the temple. No. For everyone. No. Nope. I feel weird. Parentheses, please translate girls as cake. Oh my god, Keiji-kun seems to be talking about cake combination platters. Emphasis. What the fuck? Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? Can we go back to the horrible... Yeah, I want to go back to the horrible murder. I want to go back to the horrible murder. And I'm sure, like, a couple episodes from now, I'm gonna be, like... I'm gonna be reminiscing about pervy shortcakes, but... Because it'll be that traumatizing. But right now, I just really want some murder. I'd rather be going through a murder case right now than whatever the fuck this is. Oh my god, this is so bad. No, there has not. There has never been, I say, and there should never be. I'm judging you harshly. Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kameda's mind. And my sanity. Kameda, I'll say it one more time. Let us win. But that would... Then fine. I won't rely on you. I rejected Kameda outright and turned on my heel. Enough. We've lost this game. It's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get all you can eat in front of those lovely young ladies, decorated like Western dolls and frills and ribbons. Yeah, tonight will be the greatest feast I have ever known. All you can eat. Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kameda-kun put both his hands on the floor. I was wrong. What's wrong, Kameda-kun? If you have something to say, then say it. This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I've always thought something was wrong with me. And I had to have fun secretly. What are you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said. Admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand. And show me how great you really are. Come with me. And we'll be in a world of pure fucking murder and torture. I want that world right now. And accept that this is our world. Kameda-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. I'm gonna try to read properly again now. Hopefully it doesn't get back to weird shit that I don't want to read out loud. The handshake was the bond of our souls, ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. Fuck it, you know what? I'll say it. I'll save the joke I was trying to hold back. That would have, I would have felt way more comfortable with that, with all of that, if it were what my brain was trying to joke about and him offering to give him a blowy in the bathroom or something. Like, come the fuck on, y'all. I am viscerally uncomfortable. I will never be able to look at a strawberry shortcake the same way again. My brain will just jump back to that. It'll jump back to all that, and I'll just be like, I can't do this. Strawberry shortcakes have been ruined by weird-ass boys. For a long time, we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake. As though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Enjomot's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. Karma, that was deserved. Congratulations, baseball guy. This is the most traumatizing scene in the game thus far, and nobody is getting murdered. And, like, last chapter we had, like, adults creeping on a minor, and nobody doing shit about it except for Keiichi and his friends. Because at least we got comeuppance with that. This? Oh my lord. Oh well, at least he gets banned from the restaurant. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate. But none of that had anything to do with this. That's too far in the future. That may or may not happen, depending on whether or not I die. Anyway, then, until later. For now, just play the game out the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kameda-kun stopped me. Wait. At least, tell me your name. Who, me? My name is Keiichi Maibara. No. I kind of didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Torn between Galactic Baseballer and nobody. Anyway, just call me... I'm done. I do not want my name tied to this. Fuck you. I do not consent to this. I fucking can't. Why? No. Fuck you. No, you're not worthy of the Odysseus nobody, okay? I'm going with Galactic Baseballer. Fuck you. You were just going by Galactic Baseballer. I refuse to have my name tied to this fucking dessert perversion. I refuse to narrate you as K, okay? I refuse. You were... Just call me the Galactic Baseballer. Fuck you. I wish Gan was killing me right now. Or better yet, it killed Kameda. Like, Jesus Christ. No, stop repeating the letter. I refuse. I refuse for you to acknowledge me with my letter. Or like, acknowledge yourself with my letter. I refuse. I strip away your rights to the letter K. I refuse! I don't care how many times you say it as if you're begging me to use it. No, you are the fucking galactic baseballer. I accidentally summoned pirates. Anyway, Satoko happened to have a pipe bomb on it. These guys have given me the, you know what, for the pirates or for these guys, because I feel like by dragging my particular name into this, because K, I feel like they deserve to get blown up. Wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? It is for me, you motherfucker! I left the bathroom at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. I said up! I said up! I said up! I said up. And you have to be somewhat merciful for me, considering that Keiichi just tried to say, you can call me K, and for a second, I panicked, thinking that that this novel was sentient for a moment and stole my name, but then I remembered there's no point in which I input my name, so he just went with that, and I am revoking his rights to the letter. He is now Eiichi Maibara. He is no longer allowed to be Keiichi Maibara. No, he's not allowed. I refuse. And it almost feels insulting to slap Galactic Baseballer on him because he's not deserving of Star Rail either. But at least in Star Rail, the main characters are also, like, trash obsessed pandas. Or, you know, they're basically trash pandas in a sense. I think they even joke about it, but with all the trash cans, it fits. Still less annoying than Sampo. There we go. I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment, as you should. As you should. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that. Congrats on coming out. Satoko to Eiichi-san. How did things go? Eiichi to Satoko. Negotiation successful. We settled on he and I getting all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort's. Mion, no problem, right? 2 guests for Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert. Roger that. I'll set it up. I am actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him. You don't want to know, honey. They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is. Probably. I wish. After that, the game started again. Let's just take that quick little fade to black as like a mind reset. I'm hydrating. I also give y'all a hydration reminder. I fucking can't with this boy. I fucking can't with this boy. Ugh. You assault my eyes, and then you assault my letter. Alright. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion. But all of the pieces were already in place. The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up, too. What? Why are you hee-heeing at that? But doesn't Kameda-kun look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. I patted my shoulders with my bat, then sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kameda-kun? Not feeling well today? Speaking of HSR, just remembered I never actually finished getting the chests and Penacony and now have a sense of dread. I already got lost often enough where there's only 4 directions and continuous areas to get lost in. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure I still have some chests to get in there too. And I especially like the fucking 3-dimensional areas in Penacony, like it's a 3D game, but you know what I mean. The rooms that rotate, that it's like, oh my god, it's gonna be frustrating enough. Oh my. Oh, best of luck with all that. But hey, free polychromes out of it, so there's that. Oh boy. Who the fuck are you? Gah. I couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Was that all you got? You little... The next pitch, with the same incredible speed as before, it curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. Why are you saying it like you're not narrating this? He just watched coolly. You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kameda-kun. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is. Hoo hoo hoo. I feel confused. Like, I thought the dude with the longer hair that we saw earlier was Kameda, not whoever the fuck this is. Anyway, whatever. Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was Oshima's Kameda, the pitcher who conquered Koshien, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. What, Kameda-kun? Scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You never walk the batter. Shit! The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters. What is he? Who is this Keiichi Maibara? How could he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme fastball? He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win. Kameda would never throw a ball that an insecure guy like that could hit. Or insecure or insincere? Insincere guy like that could hit. No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at a high level, you can see right through others. Kameda is, without a doubt, one of the best. Which must mean he can see through to that mysterious man's true value. A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. Could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them with a golf club was actually a genius? I'm sure baseball has long since lost its charm for him, and now he's trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger making a transfer into the golf world. What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're changing up our sports columns. Ball! Now it's a full count. This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kameda-kun. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have to have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kameda-kun to lose, but... Satoko, isn't this going too far?
Do your best now, Keiichi-san. And no, there's no such thing as going too far against a pervert of that level. Well, I mean, it's only towards desserts, but it's really creepy and kind of ruins some desserts for me. Today, this game, tomorrow, all of baseball.
I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now. Ball! Base on balls! All your base are on my ball. Sorry. I don't even know where I was going with that one. Forgive me, I am tired and it is like almost 4 in the morning. Have you gotten scared, Kameda-kun? I thought you were better than this. Kameda-kun hung his head in feigned dejection. I refuse. Galactic Baseballer, son. I did all this according to plan, right? Yeah. Well done, Kameda-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this thing up and then... Haha. We'll go get all we can eat. Grin. Kameda-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. Truly diabolical. All your base are belong to us. Ball your base are belong to us, probably. Anyway. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. History will remember them as very good friends. Anyway, as I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview. Maibara-kun, do you plan on settling the score with Kameda-kun and Koshien? Things seemed like they were about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball. Koshien? I've never been interested in Japanese baseball. Sorry. Whoa. This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world! Zavaldo! He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer! What? The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation. Yes! Kei-chan got on base just as planned.
Next, Satoko-chan is at bat. What will she do? What will she do? All right, then. Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all.
Satoko stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter. Maybe because they had just seen this battle with me. Maibara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see, so this is why Kameda-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. Yeah, Keiichi Maibara.
All right. Come on now, Kameda-san.
Ha 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 ha. You making fun of me? Who do you think I am, anyway? Galactic Baseballer No. Maibara-san was one thing. But do you think I'll lose to the likes of you? Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kameda-kun holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko, she swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worst came to worst, no one would get a hint. Or no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kameda-kun said this. I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded. I'll let you get a hit or two so you can go home and brag to mommy. Of course, these lines were all part of the plot, too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kameda-kun gives me a look. Was that alright? Yeah. You did great. It looks very natural. Is this... or this is episode 3? Yes, we are on episode 3. Sub-chapter 3 in episode 3. It looks very natural. Kameda, you are a splendid actor. Also, hello, Yaya. No, compared to I refuse Galactic Baseballer-san, I'm nothing. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters. But, Galactic Baseballer-san, however slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it? Don't worry, and throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea of how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Kameda-kun moved us from set position into a pitching stance. Oh, look at her with her little grass in her... yeah, she looked ready to cause some trouble. But will she, though?
Come then, throw your merciful pitch. I'll hit a huge home run off of it.
She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. And out of Kameda-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out the whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. I knew it, all to make it feel like Kameda-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which meant, in other words, that Satoko...
Got it.
Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
I don't even need to run, do I?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight. And then, roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base.
Come on, what are you doing, Keiichi-san? Second base is that way.
Satoko, you're really good at baseball. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it. And you purposely struck out all those times? Since before Kameda-kun even got here? Jeez, you've really got something for every occasion.
I say this all the time, do I not? I only have one trap. And when everything's about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry.
Damn it. That sounded kind of cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Satoko did it, it looked so cool! We crossed home plate in order, me, then Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. Maibara-san, that was amazing! Totally cool! I never thought it would happen. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun praised me. Praise Satoko. How about that, Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun? I turned things around just fine.
Rena thinks you were cool too. Good work.
It was nothing. I briskly clapped my hand against Rena's outstretched palm. Satoko did brilliantly too. Finally, someone giving her some credit. She gave us a spectacular ending. Who do you think I am? Who do you think you are? I am! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo. Kei-chan was great too. Winning Kameda over like that.
He is a magician of words. A warrior of the mind, dare I say.
Rika-chan, I don't think that's a compliment.
But really, only Keiichi-san could have pulled off such a drastic move.
Because he's the only one who could go to the boys' room. Anyway, I wouldn't have been able to do it myself.
I would very much like you to teach me sometime.
If Satoko learned such displays of power, that's terrifying to even imagine. I do not need Satoko replicating what happened in that bathroom. Please don't. I'd prefer it if you didn't mimic me. I would also prefer it. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Oh, he was the umpire! Okay. Well, I never. You actually won. I'm shocked. Well, we said Satoko could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly. Pardon?
And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here. Right?
Well, when I saw him come in with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kameda-kun had me on the edge of my seat. Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kameda-kun and I were thinking about our evil, dessert-violating ways. Y'all ain't getting into heaven, not even Jesus can help you. Excuse me, Coach? You remember your promise, do you not? Yeah, this is... Guess I have no choice.
We did it! We did it! Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow!
Rena clapped her hands and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too. What's that about? A barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about?
Oh, we made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party. I kind of went with an accent there, a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while when Kameda-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we've won that privilege.
And I guess it's not Festival Sunday. That must be the next Sunday. Anyway. I see. So that's what this was about. Excuse me. It was certainly not a game we could have lost.
Yurie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad.
You're right about that, but I did make a promise. When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies after all.
All right, everyone. Tomorrow, we dine like kings. Yeah.
All of the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one who called in the guy then. You beat me. But I have no choice, since I promised. Guess I should go shopping for some meat. Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he was actually our team's coach. You just put that together. I would have gathered that just from the first word, Keiichi! You do not deserve my letter. My Bakun, is that alright? Can I call you that? Huh? Yeah. This comeback wouldn't have happened were it not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture.
Coach, let's leave that aside for now. Let's not let him know that was all a bunch of hogwash. You should be more worried about your wallet. Oh.
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Irie, coach of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it, with my own in reply. I'm Maibara. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. Sir? What's smooth? Sir? Sir! Such a narrow grain, and you truly take good care of them. Silky smooth. Uh-huh. I need a counter. Yaltse, how many times have you said that? Because that just might emphasize how concerning this episode, this particular chapter has been. Hey, wait. I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well. What? Yeah, I was gonna say, it feels like 3, but it still also feels like a lot for one episode, for one chapter! And punish the bad ones who do— What are you talking about?! I'm agreeing with Joey. Hold on. I'm agreeing with Joey's comment earlier. Hold on. What is it? Congratulations. This is the most traumatizing scene in the game thus far, and nobody's getting murdered. Yep. This is probably the most traumatizing chapter, and nobody's getting murdered. I feel gross. Maids? Yeah, I agree, Ganva. I agree. What are you talking about? Such velvety hands, I just— Stop talking about a miner's hands like this, sir! I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip something. Not that I want to read every inch of it, but, like the other one, at least it was like two young— like two teens being weird with each other, I guess. But this is an adult and a— Stop! The coach's eyes were spellbound, and his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe. He made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? I want to know too, so I can look up his name and see if he's on any watch lists. Well, that's your fault for having a problem with the word inch, even though I was like, that's not the word I meant to say, but I'll go with it so I can get through this faster. Anyway, haha, you look so flustered. Our coach is a little straight— A little! But he's really funny, you know? Yeah, real funny to start stroking a young miner's hand. And then talk about maids. I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I agree with you, Keiichi, right now. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason.
Come on, settle down already. You're making Keiichi sound uncomfortable. You're making everyone uncomfortable!
Stop! The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. I'm very uncomfortable and concerned. But the chapter's over. So there's that. New Horizons! Discovered something new about yourself. It's a picture of a strawberry shortcake. Fucking kill me. Hit me with your car! Terraria time, honestly... I don't know if I'll survive Terraria. I'm genuinely tired. I'd probably only be there for like half an hour. At most. And I would feel bad. Oh, fuck, excuse me. If we're able to do Terraria, we can do it tomorrow, though. I mean, if we're able to do Terraria tomorrow, I'm down. That's what I meant. Because I actually have tomorrow off from my usual D&D Sunday, so... Because a friend is out of town, so... Anyway, but let's read this next tip, and hopefully it has... I do have bows and a fishing rod. Yay! That sounds awesome. I eagerly await my chance to use them. Anyway, let's get through this tip and hope that it has nothing to do with this creepy-ass coach. Oh my fucking god. Oh, let's get it over with. Satoko's trap course advanced. Bring back the teacher who slaps children for insulting Curry, because at least that's somewhat comedic. Now we got, like, a guy with a hands fetish. For even minor hands. Help. Help me. This is the most traumatizing chapter I've been through. And I was cringing at... I am Yoshikage Kira. It was a... God damn it. It was a peaceful lunch break. Absolutely peaceful. What was that?
I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it?
Well, let's go find out. We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head. He deserves worse. Coach, are you okay? Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Yes, my voice acting for him is just gonna be half-assed because I never know when he's gonna go off the rails. Coach greets us, all cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much. Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. It had been quite quiet. It had been quiet here for a while, but I totally let my guard down. What? Only once a week? What the fuck? Dude, I wish I could have a job where I could only go in once a week and not have to worry about shit. Unless you have a second job. But anyway. What the fuck, bro? Anyway.
Satoko-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them. Will you be okay in those clothes?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just thinking of taking an ice bath, so this is actually cooling me off. You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad. It really makes you come off as an adult. What, you know, further emphasizes the fact that you're an adult. It gets really creepy and holds Miner's hands. And then fetishizes them. Like, bro! Ugh. I mean, at least you're not as bad as guy who violates desserts and gets off on it, but That was also a teenager while you're an adult messing with minors, so it's like, we got, that almost feels like comparing apples to oranges. Like, they're both bad in their own ways, but at least the other guy wasn't doing it to minors. But also, I don't know, maybe I could find some twisted logic to make your hand fetish not as bad, but come the fuck on, bro. I can't. I hope you don't play a major role in this. I hope they don't play up on the hand fetish thing too often in this. My god. She was right. If I were Coach, I would have started running around with the bucket still on my head looking for her. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable. Listen, my Barasan, with things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant. It's all about how you react to it. If there's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit in the head with a bucket filled with water, then I'm begging you, tell me. For example, let's say there was this old and traditional family dating back to the Meiji era. Okay, well now it sounds like we might be getting a lore drop, so I better actually start taking this seriously and not half-ass the voice acting. Okay. And let's say they had many maids under their employ. I might go back to half-assing it. Being a large house, of course, they have all kinds of maids, from the veteran ones who turned mean and don't want to give up their jobs, to the young ones full of energy. See, can you imagine that? I'm losing it, yes. Stop. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach adorned with frills and headbands with Coach at their center began to spread out before me. The newer maids with all their youthful vitality giving everything they have to please their master, but the older maids won't allow that to happen. They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long. Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do it over. Splash. A bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet, and she wants to cry, but still puts on a brave face. Haha. Maids. Fuck me. Rena, don't! Stop! I don't get it, but it sounds fun. Stop. Maybe Rena should be a maid too. That would be cute. Stop. Ah, geez, stop. Thank you, Mion. You've even infected Rena. And you, K-chan, don't go getting lost forever in Coach's world. If not for this character trait, Coach would be a good person to, right? If not for this very concerning character trait and also the hands thing, Coach seems like he might be a good person. One Satoko Hojo's unsighted. I say, Satoko-san, what is this? I say, look at all this dust. I say, it's time for you to be punished. What? Yeah. Coach plucked Satoko up and started giving her a spanking. Satoko, you're so cute. I know, different eras. Spanking was a lot more widely accepted back at that time, but still. Satoko can put traps together with such brilliant predictions. It's so strange how she can't predict the very ends, though. Is it? I think Satoko-chan wanted... Satoko wanted this outcome? You better not mean what I think you mean. What do you mean by that? When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's like a form of communication? Sounds like a terrible way to communicate, I say as I side-eye the spanking. Don't people normally say hello to each other? Okay, Chikun, haven't you heard it before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them. Rena gave a cool smile and laughing abruptly, explained. That's what I mean. If Satoko-chan plays a trick on someone, she wants them to get mad or laugh and chase her. It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute? Not really, personally.
they will definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So if I put it in this spot, it will work for certain.
Satoko, regaling us with her trap philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. If Rena was right, her traps are to get people to pay attention to her. Then all of these traps on this mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. Alone with Rika-chan, setting up trap after trap in the mountains. Always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needed to come to this mountain in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satoko, separated for so long from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. Thank you for letting me know that I spelled Nini wrong in the stream title. Anyway. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. But all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Satoko really felt.
Keiichi-san, are you listening?
Oh, sorry about that. What did you say?
All you have to do is pound one nail into the tree trunk like this, and it's already a great trap. If you trip up right here and smack your forehead into it, it would really hurt.
A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead. Yeah, that sounds painful.
If it was someone really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. I do so look forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught by it.
That is concerning. I am concerned. Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? I could get really badly hurt, you know. Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap.
Is that so? Well, it is true that I can't use traps without love behind them. Then I'll just move the nail here so that if the villain really reforms their behavior, they won't get caught by it.
Satoko immersed herself in adjusting the nail's position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach was right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe you can feel humor and warmth even when Satoko's traps get you. I would say it would depend on the level of violence.
All finished. Now it's absolutely perfect where it is. What do you think, Keiichi-san?
Yeah, it's perfect. I hope a villain comes along and gets caught by this trap.
Ho ho ho! No, of course it would be better if that didn't happen.
It looks a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. I am going to be dreading. Actually, no. New chapter means I may not have to worry about... I mean, I doubt I'm gonna see the baseballer again anytime soon. I hope we don't get much more of the coach being a weirdo, though. It's creepy. He's very creepy. Like, he gives me vibes of someone who would be a nice guy, but just by being weird about Keiichi's hand, I'm like, no. Stop. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it there, because it is 4:24 in the morning, and I am tired, and I might just, like, go late. I just might go to bed at this point.